And I'm Phil Perkins. Our top story tonight is one that's pretty hard to believe. Tim Hortons Field, Hamilton's brand new stadium, is literally falling apart, and it's clear that someone could have been seriously hurt in the process, because the picture we're showing you right now behind me is the damage left behind after one of the stadium's 150-pound speakers came crashing down and bounced off the seats Monday morning. Now we're taking a live look at the stadium. Crews are working hard to try to prevent something similar from happening again. And on Balsam Avenue, you can actually see a crane or a heavy truck parked there, set to remove all 11 of the speakers on the stadium's east side after it was determined that they were all faulty. And this is happening just as the province's Auditor General releases a report that details deficiencies about some of the facilities built for the 2015 Pan Am Games. Auditor General Bonnie Lissig says Pan Am game organizers took shortcuts to finish their venues on time and on budget.
A factor in the delays and deficiencies was the bundling together of dissimilar projects in order to have the venues built through a public-private partnership approach.
And one of those venues, Tim Hortons Field, still needs a lot of work. The city says they're going to be removing all of the speakers around Tim Hortons Field after one of them fell 30 meters and landed inside the stadium where Ticats fans would normally be sitting during a game. Now, after further inspection, they found that not just one, but all of the outdoor speakers were faulty. No one was hurt, but Councillor Lloyd Ferguson worries what would have happened if the seats were filled with fans.
I've been felt let down for the last 3 years. They were supposed to be done 2 years ago. They weren't. Said they would be right up till just before the game. A year later, we get part of it, and now we have these. We started out with some 900 deficiencies. They're whittled down, but this is another year later. So I'm incredibly disappointed.
If I did a job like that, I'd either be fired or sued.
That's exactly what's happening. Hamilton is suing stadium builders Ontario Sports Solutions, Infrastructure Ontario, and the Pan Am Organizing Committee for $35 million in damages. Now, despite the deficiencies and the games going $342 million over budget, 53 senior staff at Queen's Park will still share over $5 million in bonuses. The original plan was that they'd only get 25% of their bonus if the operating and capital budgets were met. That didn't happen.
Under the original rules, the understanding would have been that they wouldn't have been paid.
Instead, in 2014, a $74 million operating budget increase was approved, and the original bonus plan was eliminated, meaning everyone gets 100% of their bonus.
When you have infrastructure projects that are still not complete, that are now in the courts, that does not justify a bonus for anybody.
Councillor Lloyd Ferguson told me that the city has acquired $6 million from Infrastructure Ontario and are in the process of hiring another contractor to finish off the stadium's remaining deficiencies. Now, in terms of the Ticats, a sound system will have to be rented out for the Cats' preseason matchup against the Ottawa Red Blacks next Friday at Tim Hortons Field. Balsam Avenue is set to be closed tomorrow and Friday to clear the way for staff to remove those speakers.